Hello and welcome to today's episode, which is all about turning leftovers into a crunchy snack. You know when you have those days where everything goes really smoothly and you don't have a single problem? I don't. I've just figured out, having made the pasta chips, that my microphone was sitting on the table behind me. When I started rolling the camera, I checked the audio and thought that sounds a bit weird and didn't think to look down to check where my mic was. So I'm going to try and do a bit of wizardry and cut things around for you. Honestly, I'm tired and my mind's split in about 30 different directions at the moment. I've got an acting job on Sunday, so I'm kind of running through the script in the back of my mind, worrying about a friend, worrying about myself. The pasta content creation is never as smooth as we make it look. There's a reason I went for Chaotic Kitchen as a channel name. This afternoon I made a vegan bacon mac and cheese pie kind of thing, and it left me with some cooked macaroni. There was a trend a while back on TikTok, a couple of years I think, of pasta chips. So you air fry cooked pasta with seasonings on it and you get crunchy snacks. I thought at the time that would be a great one for me to try for the channel and myself, because I do love a snack. But then forgot. My friend took me for dinner to like an Italian pasta kind of restaurant, and they served us a portion of pasta chips. They gave them free. I guess they've introduced them recently to the menu. We ate those with gusto and then ordered another portion because they were so good. And again, it kind of prompted me to think, oh, I'm going to make these at some point. This is about 100 grams of cooked macaroni, probably half a cup, something like that. It had been standing for a while, so it was cold. So in order to get the seasonings mixed evenly, I heated it back in the microwave for like 40 seconds just to get a bit of warmth from there. Sprinkled on a bit of olive oil, maybe half a teaspoon. I used 2 of the seasonings that I made up for the polenta crisps. I'll stick the link to that video in the description for you. I used the kind of Italian herb and tomato one, and also the vegan parmesan. I added the oil, the seasonings and the parmesan into a tub, mixed everything really well together, and then put everything in a more or less single layer at the bottom of the air fryer basket. The air fryer, I'd preheated at 200 degrees C, which is about 400 Fahrenheit. Put it on initially for 4 minutes and then tested it to see what it was like, and I could see some of them were going brown, getting a bit of colour on there. Put one in my mouth and it was starting to go nice and crispy. So I put them back in for another couple minutes, but then they were starting to get quite dark before going super crisp. So I dropped the temperature to 185. The temperature is going to very much depend on your air fryer, because it varies wildly between makes and models and possibly even individual units as well. I mean, for something like macaroni, because it's quite small, I'd go maybe 190 to start off with. Or if you're going to do it in batches, if you want to make a big batch of pasta chips, and I'd recommend it because they are cracking. If you've got sort of 4 times the amount of pasta, split it into 4 and just try different temperatures. Just start with the air fryer preheated, and then you'll get like a consistent idea of what kind of temperature you need to do them at. What you want is for them to go crispy but not too dark in colour. So that's a good sort of indicator for you. So now I've hopefully talked you through how to make them. Let's do some eating. So there they are. They're all crisp and crunchy. I tipped them from the air fryer onto some paper towel just to absorb any kind of excess oil that was on there, and then scattered over a bit more Parmesan cheese just to lift the flavour up a touch. Let's have a go. Yeah, that's mega. It's very difficult trying to get this into shot for you, but air frying it kind of creates these air pockets inside, so it goes kind of crispy, like a Rice Krispie, that kind of thing, or like Cheeto. It's that kind of texture, but a bit harder. So it's not just dried pasta that you're eating. This is most likely going to be the shortest video I've ever done. Yeah, and I'm hoping I can cut it so it kind of makes sense and has a little bit of flow for you. Yeah, I'm forever adding things to my checklist. Next time I do a shop, I might see if I can find a bag of the kind of tricolor pasta, you know, the one that's got like a spinach and a tomato flavour in there, because it'd be interesting to try that. Yeah, and then I'll do another proper video with my microphone attached. I'll put the links to everything down in the description, including that bacon mac and cheese pie. Not tasted it yet, but I've got a feeling it's going to be stunning. This will be a really nice kind of fun one, possibly even to do with kids, you know, because you can play around with making different toppings, different like seasonings, that kind of thing. You can also, if you've got not so much for a macaroni chip, but like a pasta chip, you could make a dip, that kind of thing. So I'll put some links to the dips that I've made down in the description as well. Like the tomato and chili, go really nice with that. Even the spinach and feta dip that I made, it'll go really good with that. For more crunchy snacks, chaos and cock-ups, hit subscribe and tap the bell icon. And while you're waiting for next week's, have a look at this one.